A burglar broke into a house at 2 a.m., then called 911 on himself. And when police arrived, they didn't arrest him. They cried. Marcus had been homeless for 8 months. Not because he was lazy, not because he didn't try. He had lost his job, then his apartment, then his dignity, 1 week at a time. It was December. It was freezing. And he hadn't eaten in 2 days. So that night, Marcus did something he never imagined he would do. He broke into what he thought was an empty house on the edge of town. A quiet neighborhood, lights off, no car in the driveway. He climbed through the back window. But the moment his feet hit the floor inside, he froze. The house wasn't empty. There was a little girl, maybe 6 years old, sitting alone in the dark kitchen. No lights, no heat. She was wrapped in a coat, eating crackers from a near-empty box. She looked up at him with no fear, just tired eyes, and said, "Are you here to help us?" Marcus couldn't speak. He looked around. The fridge was empty. There were eviction notices on the counter. Drawings taped to the wall that said, "I love you, Mummy." And in the corner of the living room, a woman was lying on the couch, pale, barely breathing. She had passed out from exhaustion and hadn't eaten either. This family was in worse shape than he was. Marcus stood in that dark kitchen for a long moment. Then he did something that changed his life forever. He called 911. Not to report a break-in, not to turn himself in. He called and said, "There's a mother and a little girl who need help right now. Please send someone. And yes, I broke in to find them. You can arrest me after. Just help them first." Police arrived within minutes. Paramedics treated the mother. The little girl was wrapped in a blanket and given food. And Marcus? He sat on the front steps with his hands out, ready to be handcuffed. But the officer who came outside didn't put handcuffs on him. He sat down next to Marcus and said, "The mother is awake. She's asking who called for help." Marcus said nothing. The officer looked at him and said, "You broke into the wrong house tonight, brother. You came looking for something to take and ended up saving 2 lives." The story spread. A local shelter took Marcus in that same night. A community fundraiser was started for the mother and daughter. And 3 months later, Marcus was hired by a non-profit that helped homeless families. He went back to that house one more time, this time through the front door. The little girl opened it. She looked up at him and said, "I knew you were here to help us."